too invasive, but suddenly they are less responsive to texts or not, calling if they called, or, just don't have time to do the things that we were doing before. But it happens fairly quickly. I mean, in the span of a week, things can change drastically.
And so I'm forced to. I got one more question, but I'm forced to say this: through all of these scenarios, the common denominator is you, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we could say, you attract some of the worst guys in the history of the world, right? Just terrible human beings. We could say that, and some of that might be true. But we also have to ask the more difficult question of, why is it that you are the common denominator, right? And here's my question. What are you putting out there that's sort of making people who are like this drawn to you?
I wish I could tell you. I have no idea. I think I put positivity and goodness out into the world, and it doesn't seem to be reciprocated back. Not in the form of romantic relationships.
No, I'm glad I asked that question because that helped a lot. All right, here's my last question before I endeavor to say some things to you. Tell me what you want. What do you want? As it relates to relationship, what do you want?
I generally want an adventure partner who, I can just kind of live life with and go out and about and have, great laughs and great food and just, kind of live in an awesome middle-aged lifestyle. So, I would like a relationship if it kind of fit that.
So when you were talking, I grabbed my little pen here and I wrote some things down, because whenever I ask someone what they want, normally people will start off and they'll talk, and then they'll actually slip into what it is they want. So I made an observation about what you said, and my observation is only an observation. It's not a critique and it's not a criticism. But what I want to do is just use your words as a mirror to hold up, and I believe it's going to empower you. Okay, just to be clear, I like you. Just to be clear, I think you're going to win when it's all said and done. But here's where I'm going to push you. Nothing you said was a matter of the heart. Nothing that you said has anything to do with emotion and connection and intimacy, right? Which may have something to do with the kind of people you are attracting. People who are not emotionally available. Because at least on some part, as I assess your answer and observe your answer isn't emotionally available. Your answer is about adventure, right? It's about having someone to journey with you, which is great, by the way. I'm not knocking any of that, but I'm suggesting that there's a more significant challenge here, and the challenge is for you to be completely open, for you to be. Here it is. I just felt this. For you to trust yourself enough, not to need to put up any veneer, any facade, any performance at all. That you are strong enough, you ready for this, to be hurt again? You're strong enough to be loved again? Yes, come on, receive it. You're strong enough to win again? You're strong enough to grow again? You're strong enough to fall again and get back up again. And my point is this. Trust yourself enough to let your heart have a shot at it this time. And not just your head, right? And not just your strength and not just your reason, right? But your heart has to be a part of it this time. Because here's what I've also gotten from you tonight. And I thank you for what you've given me and what you've given all of us. But one of the things I've gotten from you tonight is this overemphasis on one of two things. What I want you to do is to expand your palate. I'm going over the break. It's to expand your palate, right? I want more things to mean more to you than one or two things meaning everything to you, right? So I want him to be adventurous, and I want him to be a giver, but I also want him to be sensitive, and I want him to be compassionate for you. I want him to have empathy, and I want him to be able to share that for you. I want you to expand your palate. You follow what I'm saying? If you expand your palate, only by expanding your heart, you will attract different people in your life. My final word to you is, you are attracting the kind of people that you are projecting yourself to be. When you open your heart, Themby, when you trust yourself again, and you're not worried about what anybody's going to do, because nothing nobody can do can stop you, because you know who you are, you know whose you are, and you know where this is going. When you do that, you're going to draw people into your life who can emotionally connect to you because you're there to be connected with. How about that? So those are my two things. I got to go, but those are my two things. Open your palette for what you want and expect, and what, in air quotes, turns you on. Not just giving. You better have some empathy, some kindness, and some honesty too. And then trust yourself to open your heart up. And when you do that, good people are going to be drawn to good people. Themby, I got to go, but thank you for coming on, all right?
Sure thing. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you got something out of that. If you didn't, it's going to bless you later. Let's take this break. I'll be right back with Ask Dr. Sean.
I smell food.
Oh, what's up, Dad?
This weekend on Fox Soul.
You know, I'm a trans woman. You find out that you have to fight everybody. You have to fight the systems. You have to fight at home. As you get older, the fight doesn't stop.
Watch your favorite shows of the week.
When you see a woman standing up for something, know that she's standing up for you as well. We need more of that sisterly stuff instead of being like, girl, why are you always talking? Why are you always saying? A lot of times the things you're fighting for are going to help the next girl behind you.
Fox Soul Weekend.
Nailed it.
Representing the transgender community, Shia Diamond.
Fox Soul presents The House.
I was formerly incarcerated in a men's institution for 10 years.
Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
How did you have to present in prison?
I got in trouble quite a bit for being myself because I came in as myself. So you're not going to punish me for my crimes and punish me from looking this good.
Dinner is served.
That's double jeopardy, bro.
That's double jeopardy.
I'm very friendly with the Jackson family. I went
Hold
with
up. Sorry, Al. I know people get mad when I cut you off, but I have to.
TGIF.
Now, why you know every damn body? You know, dated everybody, man, woman, child, flower pot. Like,
Serving up all the tea. Wednesdays and Fridays.
So you guys know I come from an NFL family. My brother played with
God, here we go. Barack Obama is his third cousin. Oh my God.
You might recognize him from when he won the hit show Rhythm and Flow. Let's welcome D Smoke into the mix.
Fox Soul presents The Mix.
There's a lot of y'all on here. Yeah, indeed. I feel like I'm getting jumped. You know what I'm saying?
Every Tuesday night.
hey, I got breaking news. D Smoke is doing this interview in Dr. Dre's crib. That's all I'm saying. He in Dre's crib.
Hey,
On Fox Soul.
I hope that's information that the world can know because they know. But it's love.
Welcome back, everybody. Listen, Themby, I wish Themby well, but she is emblematic of a lot of people who don't realize how they're showing up in something. And I tell you all the time, because I've lived it and done it myself and had to heal from it, how you show up is what you're going to attract. You know what I'm saying? And we try to make it cliche, but it's not. And sound engineer 2-3, back to my Colin Kaepernick statement, 2013 was that Super Bowl. I was sitting down, protesting. He was putting his hand over his heart. So who's the real activist? Let's do some Ask Dr. Sean. So you guys always do a wonderful job of sending me videos, and you do it without fail, and I always appreciate the videos that you send. So let's take a look at one right now.
Hey, Dr. Sean, this is Ricky Diaz from Los Angeles, California, and I need your advice. I recently started dating someone who doesn't drive, but that doesn't bother me. However, I recently found out they received 2 DUIs 9 months apart. Is that a red flag?
Yes, it is. It is a red flag, and something that you should have an honest conversation about. Open, honest, and direct, right? You see, things, every human being, every individual gets to decide. When I said yes, it would be a red flag for me. That's what I mean. But you get to decide if it's one for you. Now, for me, it would definitely be a red flag because it shows anybody can have like a night, you know what I'm saying, where you do something sort of irresponsible and crazy, right? Then you have a police interaction which results in a DUI, you know what I'm saying? But if you're having 2, and how many months did they say? Do you remember? 8 months? Not two within 9 months. That's a lot. That says what we have here may not be an incident, but something of a pattern, right? And you have to ask yourself: are you willing to interject yourself or inject yourself? The hell am I saying? Interject? Are you? I don't know what I'm saying. Are you willing to inject yourself into a paradigm where that might be the case? I would not be willing to do that, because if you're out of control, if you don't have discipline in the area of substances, then I'm not sure what we can do. But I always say give people an opportunity to express themselves and to articulate where they are and to tell you their journey and to put it in context. I think you should always hear the context for mistakes, because there's always a context for a mistake, including yours, including mine, and including theirs. You know what I'm saying? But you need to hear the story, but don't let the context of the story be the determining factor. The determining factor is how you feel about knowing you're going to be connecting your life with someone who may or may not have a problem with controlling their capacity to drink in such a way that they have to come under the auspices of the law. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for you to be pissy drunk in your own house. It's another thing for you to be pissy drunk and driving around. And the police are involved. What does it say about somebody who would get that drunk and drive around? You see, it belies a kind of selfishness, a kind of recklessness, right? Because we do have things called Uber and Lyft. You know what I'm saying? So is this person even aware when they're no longer coherent and able? There's a lot to this. I'm just saying, be very careful. More than that, be very clear. And not clear about them. Whatever they got going on is what they got going on. They had it going on before you showed up, and they'll have it going on after you're gone. Be very clear about you, what you're willing to tolerate, what you can put up with. What are your red flags? What are your boundaries? What are your lines? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If you don't know that, then whatever they tell you is not ultimately going to help you. Let's do another question. Someone DM me. The pastor of my church is a close friend. Over the weekend, I saw his wife at a friend's house smoking weed. When she saw me, she looked at me like she saw a ghost, and she begged me not to tell anyone what I saw. Should I tell my pastor that his wife does drugs, or should I mind my own business? Okay, first of all, it's not like she was smoking crack. I mean, come on. I mean, don't be hyperbolic here. Well, like she was doing meth, taking some lines to the head. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't doing cocaine. She was smoking weed. Is weed even a drug anymore? I don't know. I mean, how is weed more a drug than cough medicine or Benadryl? I don't know. Normally I say, do unto others as you would have them. But I'm going to give you a little advice, different advice. Here's my advice. Mind your damn business. Just stay on out of this. It's not like she's out there violating her marriage. Now, if you caught her out there cheating or violating the principles of her marriage, then that's different to pass as your friend. But if his wife is secretly smoking weed, let him find out that on his own. Yeah, you stay out of that. You don't need to be in that. I mean, I don't know. Because, church people get all crazy when it comes to weed. And then half of y'all are smoking it, by the way. Y'all are talking about down, and then half of y'all are smoking weed, or you're taking, what's the little thing that you take? CBD. You do a CBD with your arthritis and your glaucoma. Stay out of this one, man. She's not violating her marriage vows. There's nowhere in the marriage vows, because I've done them, where it says, and for richer, for poor, for better, or for worse, without weed. For as long as you both share. There's nowhere in there. She's not violating her vows. She may be doing something the pastor may not like, but he'll find out if he ever finds out. And you don't know why she's doing it. You don't know what pain she's managing, what mental health she's dealing with. You don't know. And because you don't know, and this isn't some cataclysmic thing that violates the integrity of the spirit of her marriage, mind your damn business. And get you some weed. And you'll be happier. Let's take a break. I ain't got no weed, though. Right back after this.
You might recognize him from when he won the hit show Rhythm and Flow. Let's welcome D Smoke into the mix.
Fox Soul presents The Mix.
There's a lot of y'all on here. Yeah, indeed. I feel like I'm getting jumped. You know what I'm saying?
Every Tuesday night.
Hey, I got breaking news. D Smoke is doing this interview in Dr. Dre's crib. That's all I'm saying. He in Dre's crib.
Hey,
On Fox Soul.
I hope that's information that the world can know, because they know. But it's love.
I smell food.
Oh, what's up, Dad?
This weekend on Fox Soul.
You know, I'm a trans woman. You find out that you have to fight everybody. You have to fight the systems. You have to fight at home. As you get older, the fight doesn't stop.
Watch your favorite shows of the week.
When you see a woman standing up for something, know that she's standing up for you as well. We need more of that sisterly stuff instead of being like, girl, why are you always talking? Why are you always saying? A lot of times the things you're fighting for are going to help the next girl behind you.
Fox Soul Weekend.
Nailed it.
Hey, soulmates, I'm Romeo.
I'm Brooke. I'm Demi.
And I'm Mielle. Check us out Monday through Friday for the latest in Black news, views, and opinions.
On a range of issues, they're not being responsive to the Black voters in particular who helped give them the power that they have right now.
You know why? Because it's our voice and our truth, and we're talking about it every day.
You're not only putting yourself at risk, you're putting other people at risk as well.
Download the Fox Soul app and check us out 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Soul.
I'm very friendly with the Jackson family. I went
Hold
with
up. Sorry, Al. I know people get mad when I cut you off, but I have to.
TGIF.
Al, why you know every damn body? You know, dated everybody, man, woman, child, flower pot. Like,
Serving up all the tea. Wednesdays and Fridays.
So you guys know I come from an NFL family. My brother played with
God, here we go. Barack Obama is his third cousin. Oh my God.
Welcome back, everybody. We're still laughing with the weed question. Because, people really, yeah, anyway. So you guys have sent me another video. I haven't seen it yet. Let's take a look at it.
Hi, Dr. Sean. My name is Maya from Atlanta, and I need your advice. So I am engaged, and my fiance's mom has a key to his apartment. She comes over unannounced. She's also caught us having sex, and I've asked him to talk to her about it, but he refuses. So should I talk to her about it or no?
What? Whoa. Did she say in that video? Play the video again.
Hi, Dr. Sean. My name is Maya from Atlanta, and I need your advice. So I am engaged, and my fiance's mom has a key to his apartment. She comes over unannounced. She's also caught us having sex, and I've asked him to talk to her about it, but he refuses. So should I talk to her about it or no?
Okay, yeah, that's why I needed that again, because I thought you said that she's caught y'all having sex, and then right after that you said he still won't talk to her about it. Okay. I don't see how, if your mom catches you having sex, you don't immediately move into the discussion about that key. I'm trying to figure out, what is it? That's a bit much. I'm always sort of tepid about women who are really hard on men about sort of not disrespecting, but checking their moms. Not because some moms don't need to be checked, and maybe this one does, but you have to be careful about giving your man permission to be mean-spirited to the woman that gave birth to him, because you may release things in him, and as it relates to women, that you don't want to come back on you. You know what I'm saying? So how you do it may be just as important as what you do. I do think that someone just sort of coming in unannounced, without calling, has crossed some boundaries. But those boundaries were not born at the moment you showed up. They have a long history of not being able to have clear, respected, healthy boundaries. And you have to ask the same thing I said to the first video. You have to ask yourself whether or not that's something you can tolerate and live with, because you're not going to fix that in 6 months. One conversation is not going to change that. They have years, decades of having this kind of relationship with the absence of these kind of boundaries. Now, again, let's go back to the opening the door and mama, I would be done with life. If my mother walked in, I would be done with life. I would just, how do you not have that conversation? Like, okay, Ma, here's new rules. What's that, Bill Maher? New rules. You're going to have to call before you come, or I'm going to change these locks. There's something about that relationship that's a little unhealthy, right? And so it's a delicate conversation. Now, your question was, should you talk to her? I think you probably need to talk to him some more first. See where he is. Find out why he doesn't have a problem with his mother catching him having sex. Like, I'm just saying. Find out what that, he's the conversation you need to focus on. Because there's something not right about his response to that scenario, right? His mom is only going to do or not do what her son allows her to get away with. He's the one you're going to be living with, loving, married to, having kids with. He's the one you should be concerned about. And you need to know where is his whatever that would not allow him to be forthright and direct with his mother after she literally caught y'all with your asses up in the air. You need to find out what's going on with that. So find out more about the history of this relationship. I don't think that talking to his mom is a sufficient proxy for talking to him. Now, you can talk to his mom, but I promise you she's not going to listen to a damn thing you say. And I promise you she's going to ignore almost everything that comes out of your mouth because you are not married to him and you are not her daughter-in-law, and that's exactly what she's going to say to you. He's the one that has to deal with this. So if you want to stay, you're the one that's going to be empowered and required to help him deal with it by finding out why he hasn't dealt with it yet. Good luck, cuz good luck. Let's do my last question tonight. Someone emailed me this. Thanksgiving is next week, and I plan to host a dinner party at my house. I'm tired of traditional Thanksgiving meal, so I decided to have a crab boil instead. When I told my mother about my plan, she texted our family and told them that Thanksgiving is canceled at my house, but she will host a traditional meal at her home instead. Should I cancel my crab boil and go to my mother's, or just let everyone know that Thanksgiving is still on at my house? Real quick, because I only got like 2 minutes left. You need to cancel that crab boil. Ain't nobody coming to that. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be at home boiling them damn crabs by yourself. You hear what I'm saying to you? Cancel that crab boil, girl. Go on over to your mama's house and get some food. And the next time Thanksgiving comes along, don't be trying to impose your Thanksgiving sensibilities on everybody else. If you want to have non-traditional meal, then have your own Thanksgiving alone. But I'm telling you what, I wish I would go to Thanksgiving and somebody have some damn crab boil. What you talking about? Cancel Thanksgiving at your house. Go to your mama's house and enjoy it. People are not giving up no stuffing, dressing, candy yams, turkey. People ain't giving that up. Are you kidding me? Nobody's giving that up. You need to cancel and bring some sweet potato pie to your mama's house. And maybe everybody will forgive you for what you tried to do to their Thanksgiving. You know how mad those people. Your mama is saving your life. She's literally keeping you from dying. Okay, I gotta go. but I'm just saying, your mama, you need to thank your mama. Because you know if your uncle showed up at your house and you got some crab in a pot, Lord have mercy. Listen, thank you, Thimby, for being on the show tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you grew a little. Hope you learned a little. Y'all be good to each other, all right? And remember, I love you. How about that?